Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Electronic Gamer Scoreboard for 4th Street Football. And this is a game I just picked up a couple weeks ago. It's been a busy couple of weeks for me, and kind of watching the Phillies game as well. Looks like they just scored their 4th run against the Braves. Um, so it's been a busy couple weeks, but I do enjoy this game, and it's become one of my favorites at this moment. And I'm doing the 1978 season. And we've got the New York Giants against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Giants have 15 first downs to Tampa Bay's 10, and they kind of are moving the ball, but interceptions, sacks are just killing their drives. So I'm waiting for the Giants to kind of overcome this and take the lead, but it has not happened yet. And here we are in the fourth quarter with 13 minutes to go. So I've taken the 4th Street software 1978 PDF season. I've digitally cut up the cards so they will be displaying here. And I've got the Pro Set offensive cards and the defensive cards. Giants will be in a 4-3 and the Bucks will be in a 3-4. I've got them displayable here too. I've got the code in the background is automating the plays for me based on the down and distance. If I don't like the call, just hit the helmet and get another play automated. It'll come right up here. So the Giants have the ball here in the fourth quarter. It is 1st and 10 at their own 36. We've got the 2D6 roll here, a D10 roll here, and the D20 roll here. So to start the play, I'll click on the Giants helmet. And we have a fullback off tackle. The D20 is number 14. So we'll be looking at the halfback's X supplemental blocking column. And the halfback in this case will be Doug Coder. It will switch between the third running back and the primary running back occasionally. So let's see. 14, there is no opposition, so because the defensive zone is blank. So the offense wins, and since it was his X column, we go to the fullback, and looking at the fullback's A column, Larry Zonka in this case, 2D6 is 4, so that's 11, and so that's a 10 plus the D10, so it's 10 yards for Larry Zonka. Another first down for the Giants, approaching midfield. Let's get the next play on 1st and 10. It's a halfback draw. We're looking at number 7. That'll be the center's B column, Jim Clack. And that'll be against the defensive tackle's A column. So we have 7 minus 5 is 2. And the D10 is an 8. So we'll be looking off the defensive card since they won the matchup. For 4th Street softball, you take the rating based on the column. In this case, it's a B, a 7 minus the A column of Dave Peer, the defensive tackle, is 2. The D10 has to be 2 or less for the offense to win the matchup. So in this case, the defense won. We're looking at row number 7. It's a 0-0 gain. So halfback in this case is Coder, and he has a 0-yard gain, leaving us with 2nd and 10. Here's the play. It's an F1 hitch. F1 in this case means the flanker. And we'll be looking at 9, and that is the quarterback's C column. And 9 will be right here in this zone. It's empty. Offense automatically wins the matchup. So we'll be looking at Joe Pisarcik's card, and the 2D6 says row 10. That's an 11. That's 10 plus the D10. That's an 18-yard pickup, and it was to the flanker, and this is the flanker here, Jim Robinson, 18-yard pickup. So this may be the drive that the Giants need to go ahead, even if they get a field goal at this point. They got 1 touchdown by Larry Zonka and 2 field goals, giving them 13, and the Bucks have 2 TDs with the extra points, with a 1-point lead. 1st and 10 from the Bucks 36. It's a halfback screen. We're looking at number 10. And that is quarterback C column. And number 10 out here in the defense will be here. And again, it's an open zone. Offense wins the matchup. Row 11 is a 7. It's a 7-yard pickup based on the results chart. And that's to the halfback. In this case is Coder. 7 yards. 2nd and 3 from the Bucs 29. It's a fullback flare right pass. And 9 is the quarterback C column. And that'll be zone here. 4 would be a defensive end in the 4-3, but on the 3-4, it's a linebacker. And we're looking at his C column. So we have a 4 against the 5, so it has to be a 1 or less, and it's not. It's a 7, so we're looking at 8 on the defensive cards, 83. That is a -1. So it is a catch for a -1 by the fullback, Larry Zonka, leaving us with a 3rd and 4. And that's an iffy field goal. It could be doable. Here's the call. And it's targeted for the tight end. There could be audibles if it goes to these, and it did in this case. Look, the D20, it's an audible to be going to the slot back. In this case is Johnny Perkins. So we're looking here at his D column, and then we're looking here in the 10 is the strong safety, and we're looking at his D column. So we have a 7 against a 4, that's a 3, and it's well above that. So we're looking at the defensive card, and it's a 55. It's a D10 yard gain, possible fumble. So it's a D10 is 8, and that was to Johnny Perkins. So that's 8, but it's a possible fumble. Perkins' fumble number is anything from 1 to 10. So we get a fresh roll in the D20, and it is not a fumble. So it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down for the Giants. All right, so they're moving. Fullback dive with a 16. That'll be the fullback's A column, Mr. Zonka. And 16 will put us, where's 16? Right here with a nose tackle, and we're looking at his A column. So we got Zonka going right up the middle, matching up against the defensive tackle Dave Pierce. We have a 7 against a 5. The remainder is 2. And the D10 is well above that, so 12 off the defensive card is a 39. Encroachment, or offsides, defense, 5 yards. So we'll throw the flag, and 5 yards gives us a 1st and 5. Halfback end run with a D20 of 18. I'll look at the halfback card's B column. And it is Doug Coder in this case. 18 will put us out in this zone. That's the cornerback's A column. And so we have an 8 against a 1, so it's a 7, and it is within that. So we're looking at 3 off of Coder's card, and that is a 7-yard pickup. You can see he has 76 yards, Zonka 52. If you look at Bucs, you can see Ricky Bell. He's had a couple big runs today, so he's above 100 yards already. So he was about 100 yards at the half, so it's slowed down. Like I said, he had a couple big runs of 30, 40 yards each. So, all right, so we have 1st and goal at the 10 for the Giants. It's an S slot back quick pass. So this is the intended target right here, the thick black dashed line. We're looking at 15, and that is him actually, the C, slot back C column. Johnny Perkins in this case. And 15, we're looking here in this zone, number 7, the linebacker and his C column. That's a 2 against a 7, so it's 5, and it is less or equal to that, so 9 off the offensive card. That's an 11, and that'll be 10 plus the D10. That's 14-yard pickup, and that is good enough for a touchdown. So the Giants score on this slot back quick pass right here against the linebacker. And it's good for 10 yards and a touchdown to Johnny Perkins. So the Giants have finally taken the lead that they had shown potential to do, but kept getting stopped. We have Perkins, a TD, and Pizarchik. So the kick extra point. 2d6 is a 7. We're looking at this less than 30. It's a 50, and that is good. Somewhere right there. Field goal or a point after is good. So give him 7. So we have a 20-14 game. Let's put the ball on 35 and do our kickoff. It's an 8, and it's a 61-yard kickoff. Change possession. And the kick return, I do abbreviated returns. So we're looking at the kick returner, George Ragsdale. He has a D, and we're looking at the 7, D7 on his returns. And that is a 21, and that is a 20 plus the D10. It's a return of 23. First down for the Bucs. Fullback dive. We're looking at number 14. And that is right here. It's a supplemental block by an extra tackle, so I'll use the right tackle. And that's a 5, and he would be going against number 5 and the A column. So the matchup is a 4 against a 5, a difference of 1, but they get the 0. So the offense does win it. Since it's the X column, we go to the intended player, and that's the fullback. And we're looking at his A column, and we'll read the result here anytime it's an X or supplemental. 7 is an 11-yard, not 11, but 10 plus the D10. It's a 10-yard pickup for Johnny Davis, the once Alabama running back, now playing for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Bucs are trying to come back and retake that lead. They'll need a touchdown to do it on this possession. And we have a tight end middle screen. So the intended target is right here, the tight end going out and over. It is a 5, so we're looking at the tackle, right tackle's C column against the defensive end's B column. That's a 6 minus 4 is 2. It's well above that. So a 9 off the defensive card is a 47. That's a sack. And it's 1 plus the D10, so it's a -9 sack. Give him the sack. And -9. Setting up a 2nd and 19. And they're looking at a fly pattern for the slot back right over here. It's a 19. So it's an audible. It sends us over to the flanker. And so we're looking at this pattern here by the flanker, down and across. And number 19 will be this zone here for 5. That's the linebacker's D column. And for the flanker, it was the D column as well. 7 minus 4 is 3, and it's less than that, so offense wins. And it's a 31, and that is a 30 plus the D10. That's a 32-yard pickup on this audible to Morris Owens. Wow. 32-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Bucs, now in the Giants' territory, 40-yard line. Halfback end run with a 9. We're looking at the tackle B, right tackle's B column against the defensive end's A column. 6 minus 2 is 4. It's 2. Offense wins. Number 6, 8-yard pickup for the halfback. And in this case will be Jimmy DuBose. It's the 3rd running back in this case. And I believe I said 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2. We have an F1 cross. The intended target is here. Down and cross. So 13. It's the nope, not the quarterback. It's the flanker. And we're looking at his D column. It'll be Morris Owens. And 13 will put us out here in this zone. And it'll be 6. Middle linebacker's D column. Harry Carson with a 3 against the 7. That's a difference of 4. It's well above, so we'll go to Carson's card with a 9. 46 is an incomplete pass. All right, so that's all the time I have for this preview and bits and pieces of this game. You got to see the Giants take over. They are winning 20-14. I'm going to have to cut it off here. 4th Street Football Electronic Scoreboard. I will catch you on the forums. Thanks for watching.